Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to do something a bit different. We're slowing down to really unpack the deep meaning behind the 7 final statements spoken by Jesus during his crucifixion. Now, these aren't just some ancient quotes we're reading out of a dusty history book. They carry immense historical and theological weight. We're getting a fascinating, really up-close look at truth, grace, and hope, all happening under literally the most extreme conditions you could ever imagine. So, what exactly were those final words? Well, to really grasp this, we've got to set the historical scene. Imagine the atmosphere in first century Judea for a second. The reality of Roman crucifixion was frankly brutal. It was specifically designed to make every single breath an intense, agonizing struggle. The execution site would have been absolute chaos. You got the mocking noise from the crowd, severe physical trauma, and this heavy, suffocating atmosphere all hitting at once. And right in the middle of that horrific reality, Jesus spoke. He didn't use many words, but let me tell you, every single utterance packed a massive punch. All right, let's jump right into section 1, words spoken in suffering. Just listen to this very first saying and think about the sheer power of it. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. This isn't someone speaking from a place of comfort, right? This is being uttered during an active, agonizing execution. He is literally being crucified in that very moment, yet his very first thought is directed outward, toward the exact same people who are carrying out the sentence. No way, right? It's kind of hard to wrap your head around. Because historically, crucifixion victims would spend their final hours screaming curses and insults at their executioners. I mean, that was the expected reaction. You'd be furious. But here, right in the middle of extreme suffering, he chooses forgiveness, not anger, not a bitter cry for revenge, just forgiveness. It absolutely proves that in one of the most pivotal moments in history, even when someone is in the total grip of extreme trauma, love and compassion can remarkably, incredibly remain intact. Moving right along to section 2, grace for the undeserving. Okay, picture this. You've got 2 other guys facing the exact same grim fate right next to him. And here we see humanity taking 2 completely diverging paths in its darkest hour. One guy chooses the expected route of bitterness, actually mocking Jesus in his final hours. But the other guy, he chooses a completely different response. He shows genuine vulnerability and humility. He just simply asks, "Remember me when you come into your kingdom." It's 2 entirely different reactions to impending death, a clear choice between bitterness and peace. And how does Jesus respond to that kind of humility? With these words, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." The amount of grace shown here is just staggering. Think about it for a second. You have a man with 0 leverage, literally seconds from death, with absolutely nothing to offer, and he's met with an immediate total pardon. Jesus doesn't bring up the man's past crimes. He doesn't lecture him. He simply grants him paradise. I mean, that is the ultimate definition of grace in action, isn't it? Hope given to a completely broken past. It's a massive concept delivered in just one short sentence, telling us that no matter your history, no matter what mistakes you've made, it is absolutely never too late to turn toward God and find hope. Now for section 3, love and deep anguish. Now things shift, and the focus gets incredibly personal. Jesus looks down from the cross and sees his mother standing there. And he says to her, "Woman, here is your son," pointing out his disciple. And then to the disciple, he says, "Here is your mother." To understand this, you gotta know first century Judean culture. A widow without a son to provide for her was utterly destitute. She'd have virtually 0 social or economic safety net. So Jesus wasn't just offering a sweet, sentimental goodbye here. He was literally securing her physical survival. This right here, this is love expressed through pure responsibility. Even while enduring the absolute torture of the cross, he still had the mental clarity and the deep compassion to make sure his mother was going to be taken care of. It's such a powerful reminder that faith isn't just some lofty, abstract spiritual concept. It is practical. It's about actively caring for the people around us, even when we're right in the middle of our own personal trials. Then, the emotional intensity reaches its absolute peak. We arrive at the 4th saying, my God, why have you forsaken me?" This is arguably the most visceral, gut-wrenching statement of them all. It reflects just this crushing, overwhelming weight of separation. This moment perfectly validates that raw human experience of deep anguish and the feeling of real distance from the divine. It reminds us that, hey, even within the strongest, most resilient faith, we can absolutely experience moments where God feels entirely absent. And yet, and this is the key takeaway here, the cry itself, the actual act of calling out my God, is still a desperate reaching out. It's a prayer spoken in the total dark. Which brings us to section 4, humanity and completion. I thirst. Just 2 short words, but wow, it is such a highly grounded statement. The sheer dehydration caused by the Roman flogging and the whole execution process would have been utterly incapacitating. This simple statement proves he wasn't somehow insulated from raw human experience, you know? He wasn't floating above the reality of the situation like a ghost. He felt the intense biological reality of human life, right down to its most basic, desperate physical needs. And then the tone shifts completely. We arrive at the remarkably powerful 6th saying, "It is finished." We move away from this intense focus on physical and emotional trauma, and suddenly we're hit with this tone of incredible ultimate fulfillment. Now don't mistake this. The word finished here is absolutely not a cry of defeat or someone just giving up. It means a purpose has been fulfilled, a mission is accomplished. These words carry immense structural meaning about sacrifice and obedience. It's a massive signal that absolutely everything he came to Earth to do was now 100% complete. And that leads us to section 5, the final surrender. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Let's just pause on that for a second and let the solemn gravity of that final quote really resonate. After all the sheer chaos, the trauma, the heavy feeling of isolation, his very last words are spoken directly back to the Father. This is full, peaceful surrender, trusting completely. I mean, just ask yourself what it takes to, after everything you've been through, place yourself entirely into the hands of God. It's this beautiful, concluding moment of unwavering faith. The struggle is finally over, and total trust just takes its place. Let's wrap this all up in section 6, a guide for today. When you step back and look at the complete picture, forgiveness, grace, love, pain, human need, completion, and surrender. Seeing all these themes stacked together proves they aren't just random dying utterances. No way. They form a comprehensive guide that speaks directly to our lives right now, today. Because let's face it, we all face moments of hardship, times when we suffer injustice, or seasons of crushing doubt. This structure shows us exactly how to navigate those tough moments. So our core takeaway today is really this. A place of ultimate suffering became a place of lasting meaning. These ancient words completely transform what was historically the darkest, most brutal method of execution into a timeless lesson. A lesson on choosing peace over bitterness, offering grace over revenge, and ensuring that, above all else, love remains strong. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I've got to ask you to reflect on one final question. Which of these sayings really speaks to your heart today? Is it that urgent call to forgive someone in your life? Maybe it's the reassuring reminder of grace for a broken past. Or is it simply the invitation to surrender and trust completely? Take a moment to really think about that today. Thank you so much for learning with me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.